Dreamers or excuses? Which one's leading your life? Hi, I'm David Dubé, coach consultant with Only One You Need, and today I want to talk about the difference between dreamers and achievers and those with excuses. Excuses are simple, they're easy, everyone has access to them, and they can be fundamentally true. Many examples of this are lack of economical resources like finances, connections, those types of things. Other excuses could be putting it off for a lack of a better thing to do. When it comes to homework or something like that, we just procrastinate and we decide not to do it. But fundamentally, there's a big flaw here. There's the what isness of what you have, and which is, in most cases, what people come up with as an excuse. Like, I could use a very good excuse for why I don't get my work done right now, and why I don't fundamentally help those whom I'm here to do so with the means and capabilities I have. And that could be my mother having cancer, and my sister, who's blind and autistic, my older sister, mind you, she's now moved in with me. And therefore, I could use that as an excuse to be like, well, I have to put everything else on hold so I can take care of this stuff. Certainly, it's very important to me to do that, but at the same time, I'm not going to abandon what I know to be true for who I am and what I truly desire for myself, and that is you. I'm here because of the reasoning, the core reasoning behind all that I do. That's why I show up. That's why I keep doing what I do, because I know inherently if I do not do that, not only am I undervaluing myself and the things that I know, but I'm also undervaluing my clients or potential clients or people who just need to hear something different than they've always heard. You see, I could live my life via excuses all day long, but I'm not going to. And that's why I'm here for you. See, excuses, as they say, are like assholes. It's a terrible term, but everyone's got one and they all smell bad, right? They stink. So what happens is the what isness of your life, your reality, the lack of finances, which so many of us have dealt with and continue to deal with. I know what that's like. It certainly sucks. It's not a great situation to be in, and it's not a place you want to stay. One of my old mentors used to tell me there's a difference between broke and poor. Poor is permanent, broke is temporary. So you decide which way you want to be. A lot of this has to do with our mindset and the difference between those who are using excuses and those who are dreamers and achievers. Let's talk about that big difference right now. Obviously, the excuses, the knowing of what isness of today versus the potential of tomorrow. You see, when you focus on what you have, you'll only continually get what you have. I find it to be very interesting. I meet a lot of people who say, well, I'm a realist. Actually, you're not. You're someone who gave up on your dreams. And I want to ask you, are you that person? Have you given up on your dreams? Do you not want more than you currently have? And because of your circumstances, you only look at tomorrow as essentially the same as today. Because if you're doing that, you're really limiting all the potential that is awaiting you outside of your what isness, your reality of right now. Perception is your reality. Reality is not your perception. It's always your perception is your reality. Let's talk about the 4 things fundamentally that you have control over, and those who are dreamers and achievers know implicitly. And the first of those things is what you focus on. You have control over what you focus on. And to know that you have control over what you focus on tells you one thing. That's something that you have absolute control over. Control over the TV, what your TV is remoted to right now. If you turn on the channel, what are you watching? Are you watching news, which is normally deplorable, disgusting? It's all about people talking about people. Something Eleanor Roosevelt said very well. She said, small minds talk about people, average minds talk about events, great minds talk about ideas. Now, I don't think she said it in that order, but the whole thing is if you want greatness, talk about something greater than what you have, then you will start to achieve it. So your focus is absolutely pertinent. If you're watching criminal movies or books or TV shows about true crime, guess what your focus is? Guess what you're putting inside your mind? Imagine a farmer. Now, a farmer could plant anything. They could plant corn, tomatoes, whatever, mustard, right? Mustard seeds. Or they could plant nightshade, a deadly poison. Let me ask you, if you plant nightshade, do you expect corn to come out of that? If the answer is no, then why would you do that with your mind? Why would you plant crap in your mind and expect greatness to sprout? You wouldn't, would you? But we do this every single day of our lives. We focus on the bullshit, the what-isness of our reality, which doesn't have to be what you focus on. So that's the first thing that those who are dreamers and achievers have, is their focus. They know what to focus on. The second thing is their thoughts. They're controlling their thoughts. Once again, with your focus goes your thoughts. And if you control what you're thinking about, guess what? Your life will start to reflect that in what you're thinking. The third thing is what we say, what we speak into this world. Ask yourself this question before you say anything to anyone. The question is, am I building them up or am I tearing them down? Let me say that again. Am I building them up or am I tearing them down? So if the answer is I'm tearing them down, don't say it. If it's a negative comment, don't say it. Hold it to yourself. Bite your tongue. If you're building them up, then say it. Speak it into existence. Because you get more of what you put out. It compounds itself. When you say it aloud, it goes back into your head, into your ears. It compounds what you're thinking, what you're saying. Lastly, the fourth thing, the final thing, is what you do. The action you take has so much so a part of what you receive or get back. So take massive action. Don't just take massive action. Take inspired action. Inspired massive action, actually. That's what you should do. Don't look at the what-isness, the easy excuses of why you don't have what you have. I want you to think about someone. Now, this person is the head of Microsoft. They call him Bill Gates. You probably have heard of this gentleman. Now, Bill Gates, he was very resourceful, which is a very different thing than someone who's looking at their resources, because those are excuses. That's the what-isness of what you have. But resources is saying, well, I don't have it, but I think I can get it. And using what you know and leveraging that to get what it is that you truly desire, the dream that you really want. And that's what you should start doing. Bill Gates, he didn't invent the operating system that is now called Windows. He actually got a contract and fulfilled the contract because he got funding with that contract from the company, and he fulfilled it with someone else's software. And when he merged the two, he created Microsoft. And that's how Microsoft was formed. Go check this out. Find other people who've been resourceful and look at what they've done to get the results they have in their lives. Instead of the what-isness, the so easy to talk about the bullshit in our lives every single day. I deal with bullshit in my life, and I'm sure you do too. And I'm sure the amount of it is maybe bigger, smaller for me or you, I don't know. You know, I could give you a great big excuse of why I'm not showing up, but I'm not. And if I were to give you that excuse, I would say something like this. My mother, she's currently going through cancer treatments. Now, my mom, this isn't her first time with cancer. This isn't her second time. This is her third time. 3 times with cancer. So the amount of effort I'm putting in is essentially a full-time job to help my mom and to take care of her. Not only that, my sister, who is older than me, she is blind and autistic, and she has now moved in with me. And once again, I could use that as an excuse of why I'm not showing up for you. But let me tell you this, I'm not going to. And that is why I'm here for you right now, because that's bullshit to look at what is, because it's not always going to be this way. It's not. I know it's not. So I'm focusing on where I'm going and what I truly desire for myself. And when you can leverage the where you're going over the bullshit of what's going on in your reality, then things start to change for you. You have that option, and I want you to begin taking action today. Massive inspired action on your dreams and your desires. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't buy into the lies of the what is. Continue to focus on what it is you truly desire. Because if you're like me, just speaking this makes me feel freaking amazing. Reach for better emotions. But one thing I want to tell you before I go, I want you to be the person you're meant to be. Believe in all that you're capable of and become more than you thought imaginable. I'm David Dubé with Only When You Need, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.